Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be talking about Gibson guitars. As of recently, they've just put out several new models that I have yet to talk about on this channel, and I want to do so and hang out with you guys, alright? Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name's Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube. First and foremost, I want to say to everybody who's reached out to me, said nice things to me and wished me well as I'm sitting over here recovering. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's been about like 3 or 4 days since the old operation. I'm doing all right, man. Hanging tough. Struggling a little bit, I'm going to be honest, but I just appreciate you all for being so kind to me and, just reaching out. So let's dive on in. Gibson guitars, man, they get a lot of heat from everybody. They're always under the microscope, and rightfully so. But anyway, man, I really truly believe that they've done several runs of guitars, new models, or not new models, new finishes, new production runs in recent past that I want to talk about that I think are really appealing to our audience, metal and hard rock. And yeah, man, just want to talk about them. So first and foremost, up on your screen, this is a Guitar Center exclusive, and I had the privilege of playing one of these just outside of Nashville about a week ago. I did some guitar hunting down in Nashville, and you guys saw this guitar down in Nashville, man. It was a joy to play. The title of the video that I made was "This is the best Les Paul I've ever played," and I truly mean that. And several commenters saying, goes to show how much I know about guitars and Gibson if this is the best one I've played. There's a lot of Grammy Award-winning rock stars in my comment section. But anyway, man, this one really spoke to me, and it was just so easy to play and such a joy to play. And this is a special Tribute Raven limited edition electric guitar, Satin Ebony. Real easy title to remember, right? But in all seriousness, man, this guitar was just so sick to play. This has, I believe, a 500T and a 496R. Yep. 496R neck pickup and a 500T bridge pickup, so stupid hot, man. And that's why I love playing it so much, because it's just how hot it was and how much output it had. And you guys know me, my pinch harmonics are like my go-to thing, right? And those things were just screaming through some silly little Fender combo amp at the store, and it was just so fun to play. Now, I don't really like all blacked out guitars. I've said that a million times. I think it's kind of boring and lackluster. But this one just played really, really good. Another thing to keep in mind, not only with this Les Paul, but the SG we're going to talk about here in a second, is it's a Richlite fretboard. It's not an Ebony fretboard. And, the purists out there will say that's a bad thing. I personally couldn't tell. I knew I was playing it. I knew it was Richlite, but regardless, man, it was just, it's more of an aesthetic than anything. It doesn't really feel or sound like anything different, in my opinion. Now, here's the SG. I think this looks better than the Les Paul. I just think an SG pulls off an all-black vibe and more metal vibe better than a Les Paul, in my opinion. This looks mean, dude. This looks like something like a black metal band would play or something like that, you know what I mean? What's interesting, too, is both of these guitars, the SG and the Les Paul, are in stock about 10 minutes down the road in Wilmington, Delaware from me, and I'm struggling to not go buy them. But yeah, man, these are cool. I really think Gibson knocked it out of the park with their Halloween run. This is where these guitars come from. Not only do I think it's because it's catering towards metal players, but also too, it's affordable, $1,100. People will always argue that's expensive regardless, and I agree to some extent. But for a USA, Gibson Les Paul and Gibson SG, ain't gonna get much cheaper than that, man. So all in all, I just want to point those out. I think those are great guitars. All right, next in the chute is 2 guitars, and they have the title Dark attached to them. Let's check out this Les Paul Studio Dark limited edition. On its surface, it's just a regular old Studio, right? But again, similar to the Raven, it's all blacked out. Now, again, I think Gibson is doing something really smart here, because this is catering towards hard rock and metal players, something that I've always criticized Gibson for not doing. Epiphone does that a lot, but Gibson doesn't do it a lot. And I think this is another example of where they're kind of starting to change that a little bit. I think this is a really sleek, slick, mean-looking metal machine. And one thing I really love, if you look closely, you might miss it upon first glance, but it has the trapezoid inlays on the Richlite fretboard. They're not dots like the special Tribute was. It's like a full-on, legit Les Paul. Just, it's blacked out. It's kind of hard to see. I think that's cool, man. Now these pickups, I don't know what they are. According to the specs on Musician's Friend, it just says Gibson proprietary or proprietary humbucker. I don't know if they're burstbuckers or 596 or 496R 500Ts. I don't know. Another thing I don't really like is the coil tap phase switch. That's kind of similar to most studios. But regardless, man, staying on topic here, this is a mean looking guitar. But however, in this dark run, we'll call it the dark series, there's a better one. Check out this guitar right here. Gibson SG Standard Dark Limited Edition. This guitar is the coolest SG I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. Blacked out hardware, rich light fretboard, you know, blacked out fretboard markers. This thing is sick, dude. This is a really cool guitar. Even the logo's like blacked out with like a smoky kind of vibe over the Gibson logo. There's the blacked out trapezoid, Graphtec nut, black, against that really gorgeous red cherry body, man. Oh my goodness, is this thing sick. Now, I'd never even heard anything about these guitars. You know, I was just browsing the internet as you do, and all of a sudden I see, you know, this guitar, and I was just like, what the hell is this? This thing's amazing looking. I thought it was like some sort of like custom or, you know, something way out of my budget at the moment or whatever. But now, dude, it's just a regular standard SG, and I'm not a big SG connoisseur, but to the best of my knowledge, it's the same exact price. It's just a regular one. I think this is cool, man. This is, again, adhering to the title of this video, Gibson's doing something cool, doing something right, catering towards metal players. Again, proprietary humbucker, doesn't exactly say what it is. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this Gibson Dark SG. That is the cool, dude, that is so cool, man. It's the coolest SG I've ever seen, apart from like, you know, a Black Beauty Custom or something like that. In terms of an affordable production run, that's it right there. And again, there's one in stock in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, not too far from me. And yeah, I kind of want it. But I'm not a big SG fan. They're neck heavy, and you know, they don't really feel comfortable or look comfortable for me. So I probably won't pick it up. But if you're an SG fan, that's the one for you, right? And the last one I want to check out right here, Gibson Flying V Mirror Limited Edition Electric Ebony. Now, again, I was just browsing the internet after, you know, I came home from the hospital, and I really had no idea what I was actually looking at. But apparently, this is a mirror pickguard. This is not a white pickguard. This is a mirror pickguard. And it's just a limited run of a Flying V. Again, doing something cool. Now, this is probably my least favorite of all the guitars we've checked out, but again, they're doing something unique, something a little bit different for the end of 2021. Medium jumbo frets, rosewood, actual rosewood on the fretboard. That's cool. I'm assuming mahogany neck. Yep, mahogany neck. Doesn't say what the humbuckers are, you know, it's kind of a bummer, but apart from that, man, again, just another example. I've said it like 10 times. This is a hard rock and metal guitar player's guitar, in my opinion. What Gibson has predominantly done, in no fault of their own, you know, they got to run a business, is they've done cool things, quote unquote, for dad rockers, just because that's where the money is, you know, that's where the market is. People such as myself and younger, generally speaking, aren't spending thousands and thousands of dollars on USA-made guitars. It's just the nature of the beast. But I feel like with the end of 2021, with these 5 guitars that I've just showed, they're really starting to give a little love to the metal and rock players, and somebody who isn't going to spend $6,000 on a Murphy Lab, you know what I mean? And I think the best, out of all these guitars that we've checked out, I think the best you know, run, we'll say, is definitely the Raven Special Tribute. Those guitars are very, very cheap, or not even cheap, very, very affordable, but I think they're the coolest, man. They're like kind of minimalistic, kind of sleek, badass, no bells and whistles, just ready for rock and roll. I think those are cool, man. And they play and sound great. And I was, again, honored and lucky enough to be able to play one down in Tennessee. So everybody, I'm going to wrap up this video and just finish this up, edit it, get it out today. And I just want to say thank you again to everybody for being so kind to me. I really appreciate it. And I want you guys to put your thoughts down below in the comments on these guitars and let me know what you guys think, okay? So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.